Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello and welcome to Today We Learn, number 63.
Number 63.
That's one less than the number you'd need to make a Nintendo 64.
Yeah, almost 64, but
Yeah.
not. It's one.
Almost. Not divisible by 8, I think. I'm no math guy.
Yeah, I'm not a
We're fact
scientist.
guys. That's just the facts, guys. Anyway, guys, we got a fantastic show for you today. We're back in action, back in your earpieces, back in your life.
Yeah.
And you're back at work, presumably. Unless you have the day off, in which case, hell yeah. Way to have a Sunday on a Monday.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
4-day weekend. 3-day
4-day weekend, 5-day weekend.
17-day weekend. Unemployment check.
Live my life from a rascal scooter. Anyway, we got a great guy on today. I did not know him before coming in, but I'm glad he came in. He was a super fun guy, super rad. And one of the creative minds behind one of the cooler new shows in the Los Angeles area, a little show called The Goddamn Comedy Jam, which I highly recommend you check out. Basically, it is comedians do a set of stand-up, and then they perform a song.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty much like it's comedy mixed live band karaoke almost. Where
Yeah, exactly.
There's like 4 or 5 comedians, and they do a 10-minute set of stand up comedy, and they be very, very funny. And then they on the same stage they sing a awesome song with a live band, and the audience loves it, and they generally sing along.
Hell yeah!
It's really, really fun. Really fun. I've been to a few of them. Josh has been a friend of mine since I met him when I first moved. When I moved to Los Angeles, we met on the comedy circuit. We do stand up here and there together, and wanted to have him on and help plug that show because it's a really, really fun show, and he's a really cool guy.
Nice. I'm also loving your NPR tone right now.
NPR tone.
And coming up next,
I've
smooth jazz from the Yukon.
I've been listening to Serial, so I really.
Oh yeah,
I
have been listening to Serial.
I haven't, but.
Hey guys, on the real, I know everyone on social media is talking about it and probably annoying the shit out of you with it. Like, it's probably the Too Many Cooks of podcast at this point as far as many are concerned. But it is fantastic. Really, really good stuff. So give that a listen after you listen to every one of our episodes.
Yeah. Every one of our episodes, after you rate and listen to them, then listen to Serial.
We've hidden a clue about Hey and Adnan somewhere within
Spoiler
the
alert.
podcast.
Spoiler
I'm not going to
alert.
tell you which episode.
For Big Boy Did It.
From Outcast?
No, from Dick Tracy. Big Boy did
Okay.
it. Big Boy did it.
Gotcha.
Big Boy did it.
Dumbledore is dead.
Yeah.
Snape killed Trinity with Rosebud. Anyway.
Anyways, very fun episode. Thanks for listening, as usual, and enjoy.
Without further ado,
Today we learned
number 63 with Josh Adam Meyers.
Today we learn. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
I love the Foo Fighters, and I know they legitimately have like new songs coming out now. But even when they don't have like a docuseries or like a new album coming out, I feel like every 2 months they have a new song coming out.
They're very
they're always like
They're pretty prolific.
They're on top of their shit, man.
Like they got it on lock.
But you gotta love Dave Grohl. You have to love. I love him so much.
He's such a cool dude.
Even if I don't really care for their music as much as some of my friends, I still appreciate and respect what Dave Grohl does.
I like he runs his career like an old jazz musician, which is never stay with the same group, constantly move.
Yeah.
You know, like the Nirvana thing, of course, that had to come to an end, but it's like, but like everything else after that, it's just been, I want to play with these guys. I want to play drums with Tenacious D. I want to play bass with this band. He's just constantly moving and it's just, he's got to just have the most interesting life, man. Just, and he looks like he's a fun guy to be around.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got like 2 or 3 daughters that he does dad duty. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and he just seems like a cool dude. Like their shows, Like they're just a straight up music band. Like there's no like they don't wear costumes or like, which I'm all for, you know, like putting on a show.
I'm all for throwing some shade at Gore.
I'm all for like antics and like sets and like stairs like Poison and all that, you know, whatever. But Dave Grohl, like the Foo Fighters, they'll just wear their like jeans and t-shirts and play with lights.
Yeah, I guess my biggest complaint is that they don't wear Slipknot masks.
If there was a choice between either killing my mom or eating his asshole, I'd eat his asshole.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Mom.
But I wouldn't, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't even be, it would be like, no, of course, yeah, I'll eat his asshole.
And I love like the whole Taylor Swift thing I was just reading. Like I understand Taylor Swift's point of taking her music off Spotify and all that because it was the best-selling album of 2014.
Was it?
Yeah, her new album. I mean, broke records and all of that because she
bigger than Beck. Morning View. Me and 3 other people bought that record. Bigger than that? I don't think so.
Somehow.
The Nielsen scan charts are way off.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I understand that because, you know, artists should make their money. But I read a thing with Dave Grohl yesterday or 2 days ago, and they're like, he weighs in, and the interview, like, obviously, you know, the interviewer's asking him, prying to cause some turmoil, and he's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if they pay $2 or $20. Listen to my music and come see me play live.
Yeah. He's like, I'm busy directing documentaries. I don't have time for this.
It's actually a good documentary.
Yeah.
Like,
Sonic Highways.
There's not one thing that's not interesting about it. Every interview. It's terrific. Like,
and what's really awesome about it too is like a lot of musicians, they go to the standards like Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, the Ramones. Oh, they were influences. Like, they're going across the board to influences from, like, garage punk bands that Dave Grohl's seen that nobody's heard of and centering on them and, you know, spreading their music, you know, catalog and to blues artists in New Orleans and stuff like that. It's just, like, so goddamn cool.
I'm in love with it. I love him, and I want to eat his ass, basically. You don't have to hold a gun to my mom's head. That's
a fact, Dave Grohl.
Yeah. Dave Grohl, if you're listening...
Keep it up.
I have a feeling are you already recording this? So I just told.
We're always recording.
That's what's funny is we don't like to say a start. No. We just So tell us about
ease on it.
What rock star's ass would you like to eat?
Yeah,
this whole show is
the pre-interview.
Engelbert Humperdinck. What do you think about his asshole? Engelbert Humperdinck.
Gaping.
The name of this podcast will be. Josh said he'd eat Dave Grohl's asshole, and you won't believe what happens next.
But wouldn't you? Like, I mean what kind of... that's a conversation starter at, like, a dinner party that's gone dull.
Yeah.
By the way...
Well, it's like I
Razzle ate Dave Grohl's asshole.
It's like I walked out of... I seen Interstellar. Or I saw Interstellar. I always confuse the scene we saw. But I walked out of the midnight showing, the first viewing, and I'm just like, I would probably... give Chris Nolan an over the pants HJ, you know, no questions asked. Like, I would totally do that because it's that good of a movie to me. My mind was just so blown. I'm like, I would jerk him off.
I don't see. Here's the thing I think about Interstellar that's funny is that, like, I don't see it making a lot of money because I just can imagine, like, because it's so layered and there's so much scientific, like, facts that you just either have to know or at least have to accept the idea of, that I can just imagine, like, all this, like a bunch of, like, cholos going to that movie because you know they are. And they're like, no, honey, let's go see Interstellar,
man.
And they're like, okay, I don't understand. What is this, a wormhole? Like, what is this bullshit, man? You know, gravity I liked, man. It's get out of space, get down there. But even that was kind of hard to under.
But for all the lack of Batman and the weird science and pseudoscience in there, you still got to give it up for those, like, massive sprawling, like, space vistas where you just see, like, the spaceship flying against, like, the backdrop of Saturn.
And it was so small.
Like, even at like I had my issues with the movie, but even, like, those aside, I was like, well, shit, this is amazing to see on IMAX and 70 millimeter.
I've seen it twice. In the theater already. I saw it the first night it came out at midnight, and I saw it the next morning. Yeah. And then I watched it like twice on bootleg. Okay. Because I just wanted to hear the score from it because I love the score, and the score hasn't come out yet. Yeah. But it's like there's so many parts, like that last scene. I remember the first time I saw that last scene, it just I didn't say I didn't believe it. That was like one thing I was kind of, I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't seen it, but you know, that's a part that just so many we live in Los Angeles where there's so many cholos going to see movies constantly. Not at the ArcLight, thank God. Keep that white. We like keeping the ArcLight white. But I'm just kidding, listeners. But like at the Grove,
ring.
By the way, and I'll tell you guys this, and I'll tell the listeners out there this: I haven't paid for a movie in like 4 months. I just walk right in.
Oh wow!
I
it's
walk
just about
right
being
in.
confident.
If you look like you're supposed to be there, no one's gonna stop you.
hold up a ticket
and that's
stub.
why Interstellar is going to make $0.
They just passed $200 million.
Really?
Yeah.
That kind of surprises me because there is a lot of like 50-50 of people liking or not liking it or getting it. Whereas, I mean, it is a 3-hour, orchestra piece.
Yeah,
type of
I think it's like it's Christopher Nolan's 2001: A Space Odyssey fan fiction is what it is.
Yeah.
But no, I think that the problem with it is a lot of people were going in. It was so hyped up in advance, and people were expecting like this movie will change how you view cinema, and it won't. It's a fun movie. It's a movie that is best served seeing on a big screen. It's getting some great performances, got some cool ideas, got some amazing visuals and a beautiful score, but it's not reinventing the wheel.
Dude, this is just me. Because I did the same thing when Gravity. I mentioned Gravity. When that came out, like I saw that like 3 or 4 times in the theater. Yeah. I just become wrapped up with these movies.
Oh yeah,
Interstellar is that. It's just I loved it. Like I loved it so much, and luckily I brought this comedian Jeffrey Baldinger.
Okay,
he came with me. And he had to explain so much of the movie to me. But, like, after he did, like, I was like, oh, I like this. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, and that. Oh, and it's just got layers, man. It's a smart action, adventure, thriller, fantasy.
I felt every emotion watching it.
Exactly. I teared up. I
got
laughed
pissed
a little
off.
bit.
I got angry. I teared. I laughed a couple times.
Had an unexplainable boner. Tell me more about this wormhole.
Funny times. That voice you hear, ladies and gentlemen, is none other very funny comedian and creator and host of one of the best comedy shows in Los Angeles, the Goddamn Comedy Jam.
Thank you.
You check it out. We'll talk about that later on, and he can plug and sell himself there. But that voice you hear is Josh Adam Meyers.
I like how you said the name. Usually, people don't go for you really can milk a 3 name. You know what I mean? You can milk that a 3, but most people just blend the last 2 together. They go Josh Adam Meyers, and I'm like, you piece of shit.
It's not hyphenated.
Adam Meyers.
No, it's not. I don't want to be Josh Adam Myers.
Mr. Adam Myers.
I want to be Josh Myers, but Bobby Lee said I can't because there's a guy named Josh Myers already.
Oh,
and this was
you can just shorten it, go by Jam.
That's
my jam.
Actually, the first time I ever signed up for an open mic back in Washington, D.C., I signed up as J Money.
J Money, you're next.
Yeah, but it was just the J and the money symbol. That's what it was. It was
J $sign coming up next, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was it. And I failed miserably.
I feel like that, you have to do that at your first open mic. You need that horrific, humbling experience.
Actually, the first one I feel isn't that bad for people. I don't think people realize how, because anything is any reaction. If you get a chuckle, it's good. You don't know what to base it off of. So the first open mic, I actually thought I did really well. Considering, but it was like the second one. I was like, well, I didn't get that one laugh, that I'm supposed to get. Like it was the second. That's when you really, once you get like a month in, you realize how bad you really are.
Oh, yeah.
But the first few, you're actually like, dude, you ever watch like people's like they do the bringer shows and they post their videos? Oh. Like I've seen these there's this thing of like these bunch of like models recently have been doing stand up comedy.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And I want to fuck all of them.
Of course.
But I watch their videos so I
go
can
to open mics, dude. Go to open mics.
I can't. I had sex with a lot of comics early on, and now I won't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But
that's what I have that rule. Like it's just I don't. You can't. I don't want to mix that.
But like you're watching, you'll see these girls. This is like the first time I've ever been on stage, and they post the video, and they fucking crush, man. Like they crush, and it just makes me mad. But
are they crushing, or is it just all the guys in the audience laughing
like a stacked audience?
Yeah, of course it's stacked with their friends and everything.
Stacked.
But I brought friends to
and they're all dressed like super hot too. Like it's like
Oh, yeah.
Dress like models. Like,
but that's, come
So
on.
dress like a model
Yeah.
and have supportive friends.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
I try to make myself uglier so I can do better on stage.
Every time I go out on stage, I'm wearing an Eddie Murphy's leftover fat suit from the clubs. Just a white face, but it's black fat suit body.
Black fat suit body, white face. I like it. Josh, as our listeners know, and as you know, we like to start off every episode with the guests providing either a fun fact about themselves or something they learned recently. And I believe you said you have a good fact that you wanted to share.
Well, being that I had a lot of time to think about this, meaning you called me 40 minutes ago and said, hey, man, Ron Funches can't make it today. Can you do the podcast? So the fact that I've got that because you have to know me and you know the kind of person that I am, and I think what people perceive me as is kind of like this dirtbag, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I have a creamy center, and there's my favorite movie of all time, which I saw in 1997 or 96, whenever it came out. Still my favorite movie to this day is Babe.
Okay.
Babe Pig in the City.
No, not Babe Pig in the City. That's part two.
That's part two?
The original Babe.
The original Babe, 95, and that actually, I think it won an Oscar.
It won for, like, special effects, but it was nominated for Best Picture, starring James Cromwell.
Yeah, it was.
The Crom.
The Crom.
Jimmy Crumbs.
That's
Ginny Crumbs on deck.
This reminds me of the scene from Conan the Barbarian. You know how he's like obsessed? It's Crom. It wasn't James Earl Jones. It's actually James Cromwell. It's who he's praying to. It's my favorite movie. I still, to this day, I watch it. I cry at the end every single time I watch it. I stopped eating pork for 6 years because of that movie.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
James Cromwell, if I get my facts correct, I think he was he died recently, right? And then he also no, he's alive.
Did he?
No,
he's
alive. He won an
didn't
award.
die. He's still killing it.
He's still
Jesus Christ! You can't do that to a person.
I'm confused. And someone else that looks similar like him died. Oh, of course he didn't die. He was just on Big Hero 6. But anyways, there was I think he was on like Star Trek or something, right? I'm trying to find my facts, but
he was on Star Trek Enterprise.
Maybe that was it. He was
and he was on Next Gen as well.
Yes, he was on both of them then, right?
You guys just looking at IMDb.
I'm looking at him now.
I'm trying to figure out because there was a on the Emmys this year or on the Oscars. They said some weird trivia when he was walking up to present or whatever. They're like, he was on this and this. And
he won an Emmy in 2013 for American Horror Story Asylum.
What I loved about that moment right there when I said James Cromwell and both of you rushed your computers, the sense of urgency both of you had was like you were trying to report election results. Like you guys were like, oh wait, and
70% of districts reporting in the Crom is trending in your area, and the House is taking it.
Everyone.
James Cromwell currently recording the trails of Kate McCall. Coming up.
Wait, I have a quick. I looked up the page for Babe because I was curious what year it came out. Do you know how much Babe? Do you have any idea what Babe's budget was?
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm allowed to cuss on this because I've done.
Yeah,
it.
fuck
okay,
yeah.
Good. Okay, good. Just because neither of you have.
Shit, yeah.
Fuck,
sweet. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Motherfucker, tits for
all right, guys, we're talking about
that Blink-182 is not what? No, it's
Butts.
Well, it's also George Carlin's.
Did you cover
Blink-182? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say it's. All right, let's look at what it was shot in New Zealand. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
One main actor, Jim Henson Studios. They got to cost some money to use. George Miller writing and producing. Some other dude directing. I forget the guy's name, but
directed by Chris Noonan.
Chris Noonan, the Noon,
the Noon and the Crumb together.
The
at
Noon
last.
and the Crumb. And by the way, I want to answer the budget thing, but I went to an advanced screening last May of the new Mad Max movie.
Oh,
that's
really?
Coming out.
How is it?
I'm obsessed with Mad Max. That's like my favorite trilogy. This is the best one. It's that good.
The trailer looks so good.
The trailer came out at Comic-Con, blew my socks off.
It's 3 car chases. That's all it is. It's 3 action sequences, barely any dialogue. It is the shit. If you just, to be honest with you, it's like if there's, I think it's going to make a lot of money because I think it's going to get great reviews.
Oh yeah,
and I think Tom Hardy is the perfect, and Charlize Theron. That's how you were saying it. She's the shit. And it's just perfect. It's just a great summer movie, and he did it right. So, but I met George Miller. George Miller was there at the theater, sitting in the back, and I went up to him and I was like, "Dude, thank you for Babe." And he was like, "You're welcome." I can't do an Australian accent, but he was like, he smelled great too. He smelled like patchouli. All right, I'm gonna say $45 million.
$45 million, Razzle. What do you think?
I have not looked.
Okay,
I'm gonna say because.
Actually, far less, dude. Far less. I'm way off. I'm thinking honestly 12.
12?
I'm gonna say because some of those movies you think that actually have a huge budget, and just knowing I'm gonna say $80 million.
80 million? 180? No, it's $30 million. Oh
wow!
Fuck,
and it made you said 45, then 12.
12.
So if you just subtracted that,
yeah. Oh, there you go.
yeah. Do you guys have any idea how much it made at the box office?
400
worldwide.
Let me go to Box Office Mojo just to double check this, make it more official. Because I was on Wikipedia.
I'm going to say in America it made $65 million.
In America, very close. $63 million domestic. Worldwide, $254 million.
I feel like it would have made more than
Dude,
that.
$63 million domestic, so it already doubled its budget domestic, and then it made $190 worldwide.
Huh. I mean, that's still good. That's still awesome.
That's probably
keep in mind this is $1995.
Yeah.
That means today it would be. How much would it be adjusted for? I don't understand. I don't understand how the dollar
$20
works.
today.
All I know is that when you go adjusted for inflation, like Gone with the Wind made $25 trillion.
Yeah, exactly. It's the most profitable thing of all time.
Yeah.
Star Wars made a bazillion gillion.
It came out in 1995.
You know what's funny? I remember what happened with the movie was my buddy went to go see it. This kid that was we used to go to punk shows together. We used to go see Fugazi.
Nice.
He got me into Minor Threat and Bad Brains and all that stuff. We used to go. My first job I ever had was at this rock club in DC, and he worked there with me, and he was just like a cool guy. And we watched movies together. Like when I saw Clockwork Orange, he had already seen it. We talked about it, and we saw Pulp Fiction together, and this, that, and the other thing. And he came home one day from seeing a movie. We used to go because his dad was in India working, and so him and his mom would go see movies all the time by themselves. And he came back and he was like, "Dude, my mom wanted to see Babe. I didn't want to see it. It was one of the best movies I've ever seen." And I was like, "This is from you. Like, it's somebody whose opinion I respected." So I was like, "All right." And to be honest, I don't think I actually saw it in the theater. I remember what I did was. Another fun fact, I had TMJ in my jaw, which is the misalignment of your jaw, which caused headaches. And I had a problem eating meats. Really, if I ate steak at the dinner, my mom, because my family always ate meat, we had old Jewish, you know what I mean? Everything we ate had meat and potatoes on it. And lots of fat. You know, if there wasn't any fat, they'd be like, "Can we get more fat? Can you make this Deckel brisket with more fat?"
Excuse me.
So that was so when I used to try to eat meat, it was just really bad. So I had to have jaw surgery my senior year of high school, and it was really serious. They cut my whole jaw out and corrected it and put some screws in and cut some bones out. And my mom rented movies every day for me. She stayed home for the first week. I think that I was in the hospital after I got out of the hospital, and so she rented Babe, and I think I watched it every day. I watched it and that was it. I stopped eating pork, and I had worked at an Outback Steakhouse at that time as well.
Of course.
So there was a lot of ribs, and I didn't know that the ribs I thought they were. I was like, I ate all these ribs, and they're like, that's pork. And I was like, I thought they were beef ribs. I just was so...
No.
I was so upset that... Because me and my buddy started the kosher pact after that. But he didn't do it because of Babe. He just did it because he always wanted to one-up me. But
Yeah.
I got 6 years. 6 years without eating pork.
James Cromwell was a vegetarian, and after starring in the movie, he became vegan because of he was so moved by the process.
Here's the Star Trek fact about James Cromwell.
What's the difference between vegetarian and vegan?
Vegetarian, you can still have milk and eggs and stuff like that.
Oh.
Where it's vegetarian is no meat, whereas vegan is no animal products or byproducts.
Correct.
So you wouldn't have honey.
Vegans won't
You wouldn't have honey?
Because it's a byproduct of bees.
Yeah, or vegans won't even eat Starburst because they use gelatin in Starburst.
And what's in a gelatin?
Like
horse hooves.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Delicious.
Are you kidding?
Fruit flavored.
You're kidding, right?
Horse hooves.
No, Aristotle's a vegan and he doesn't eat Starburst.
You can't. That's
Every day I'm like, Aristotle, what will it take to get you to eat this Starburst?
Are you kidding? It's horse hooves?
Yeah,
it's gelatin.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
it's a component.
They're serving that to America?
Like Jell-O,
Bill
yeah.
Cosby loves horse
He also
hooves.
loves
So
raisins.
Jello is horse hooves?
Yeah. Yeah, gelatin. I mean, Jell-O isn't like there's gonna like it just Jell-O goes out of business.
Interesting
It's
fact
horse
about
hooves.
Josh Adam Meyers, had no idea about gelatin being horse hooves.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
bigger than fucking Babe.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
gelatin.
I love Starburst.
Yeah.
I don't want
Of
to
course
eat
you do.
Secretariat. Like this
Oh, it's
is.
okay. They wouldn't
Oh,
sell.
no.
They wouldn't use
I
Secretariat.
like
for
horses
Starburst.
too.
You're eating,
God, I'm never eating a
You're eating
Starburst
like,
again.
You're eating like National Velvet.
You're eating Seattle Slew, not
Yeah.
Fuck. Fucking
So-
Barbarossa.
Barbara.
Fuck.
What are the other ones? Seattle Slew.
I was there when that
Secretariat.
happened.
And mind that bird.
Mind that bird.
Yeah. So basically, the production of the way they produce gelatin, they boil bones, skins, and hides from cows and pigs. That releases collagen from the animal tissue. The collagen is then boiled and filtered numerous times, dried and ground to a powder, and then it's processed extensively to the point where it's not categorized as a meat or an animal product by the federal government. But a lot of people, to them, it's still at its core an animal product. It's still like...
It's like 2014 and they don't have a fake gelatin yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do they not have like a substitute that's just pure chemical bad for you?
I thought it was just sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's mostly sugar. It's mostly sugar and, like, horse souls.
Oh my God. And
Yeah.
it's so good.
Gelatin is
It's forbidden fruit.
so good.
gelatin
Man, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Latin for gelatus, meaning stiff or frozen.
Meaning delicious horse meat.
Don't tell me what's because I don't want you guys to. Let's not talk about nougat because I don't want to know what's in nougat.
It is
oh,
found
man.
in
Nougat is Guatemalan orphan.
It's a Guatemalan orphan.
it's found in most gummy candies, marshmallows, ice cream, some ice creams, dips, yogurts.
Oh man,
nougat's pretty innocent. It's like sugar, honey, egg whites, like.
Are you looking that up right now? Or you
Yeah.
just know that? Off
I
the
knew
top of your
sugar,
head?
honey, and egg whites. So I'm looking up the rest. Like chocolate, obviously. Usually like pistachios, stuff like that.
Baby chromosome.
And stem cells.
According to Wikipedia here, there's a nice little pie chart. Materials used in gelatin product, or materials used in gelatin production, 27% bones, 28% bovine hides, 44% pig skin, and 1% other. Whatever that 1% is.
Ooh.
God,
It's always good to have a little mystery in your life.
Yeah, a little mystery.
I'm a little upset.
Little mystery in your
now.
mouth. Well, going back to the good, like the not discomforting part about animals.
Yes.
Babe, obviously, very inspirational, helpful pig. We got a fact here. United Airlines, a lot of times you see people on there, they're allowed to bring their service dog on the plane with them. They're always like way better behaved than my dog. They seem
What do you
very
have?
friendly. I have a little Papillon Terrier mix.
Are you a dude?
I am a dude.
Was it Papillon? Isn't that like a little?
I don't know. It's got big ears.
Oh, they're so.
That's what the
cute.
vet told me.
That was me trying to be a jerk,
It's
but you know what? I have a fucking a miniature pincher, so I can't.
So you got a min
anything.
pin?
Yeah,
You got a little min pin?
I got a little min pin. That's his paw right there.
Oh, it's
tattooed on
adorable.
me. Jazz, big fan of small dogs.
Yeah, it's nice because eminently scoopable. If she's being a little jerk, just nope. Now you're in the sky.
Small poops.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like she opened a portal to another dimension and just shit poured out.
Yeah.
But back to the point at hand. United Airlines, in addition to dogs, you're allowed to bring miniature horses, monkeys, cats, and birds as service animals as well.
Yeah, they service animals and emotional support.
Miniature
animals,
horses.
Yeah.
On an airplane?
Yeah.
Yep. The animal type are psychiatric, emotional, or comfort animals.
This is my comfort horse.
As nowadays in 2014, you can, for emotional support, you can take those.
And the best part about bringing
accepted on any flight, regardless of whether the flight accepts pets in the cabin.
But you know the best part about bringing a miniature service horse with you is if you crash somewhere, you've got Jello already.
Yeah. which is interesting that there's, miniature horses and monkeys and even birds, but rodents, reptiles, snakes, and ferrets are not allowed.
Bats.
How come a ferret, but you can have a monkey?
Because, listen,
Toto and
99% of people that own ferrets, probably scumbags.
I don't know. I've seen Beastmaster, and he was not a scumbag.
He was a beastmaster.
Speaking of airlines, this ties in a little bit of music here. Josh, we mentioned you host and created a comedy show here in Los Angeles called the Goddamn Comedy Jam. It's for those obviously listening that don't know about it. Most of you probably don't, but it's a very fun comedy show. It's got comedians. They do a set of stand-up comedy, then they sing a song. This next fact ties in with the airlines and songs. Rush. Josh, are you a familiar fan?
Of course,
yeah.
Fan
Everybody
of
loves Rush.
19-minute organ solo.
I didn't like them for a very, very long time. It's just moth.
Yeah, so there's a moth. We have a little Mothra in the studio right now.
Mothra. It's a Rush fan, by the way.
Yeah.
The moth. No, I didn't like them for a long time, and now I really, really like Tom Sawyer. Is such a great song.
Mm-hmm.
It's just. I thought what is his name?
Geddy Lee.
Geddy Lee's voice was so horrible, and now I'm like, I used to make fun of it. It was just donga dee and donga doo.
I mean, his voice is still pretty bad, but Neil Peart's pretty good at the drums. He has way too many.
I think he's okay at the drums.
I feel like my beef with Rush was always like, I get it. You got a lot of drums. Learn how to use a small amount of drums and still be just as good.
But I have more.
How many?
There's bongos in my bongos.
It's like Neil Peart is the Ice Cube, or what is that with the ice? Who's that guy? That meme? Yo, dog.
Exhibit.
Exhibit.
Yo,
Neil
dog. I heard you
Exhibit.
like snare drum, so I put a snare drum on your snare drum.
drum.
Is this hat high enough for you?
But anyways, the Rush song YYZ. YYZ is the airport identification code of Toronto Pearson International Airport in Canada there, near Rush's hometown. And the intro is YYZ in Morse code. So it's something like that. That's YYZ.
Playing,
They're playing. The whole song is pretty much just Morse code for the airport code.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just YYZ in Morse code.
There's a whole nother verse that got dropped about how the Orange Julius in Terminal B is like the best.
And Morse code.
That's a lot of Morse. That's some like interstellar Morse right there.
And some fun facts about airport codes here. Airport codes arose out of the convenience that it brought pilots for location identification in the 1930s. Initially, pilots in the United States used the two-letter code from the National Weather Service for identifying cities. This system became unmanageable for cities and towns without an NWS identifier. Thus, the three-letter system of airport codes was implemented. Many used the first three letters of the city and or combination of municipal areas. Supposedly, the opening Y signifies a Canadian weather reporting station with a land air terminal in the olden days. Marine air terminal would have been signaled with a Z in Canada there. Yeah.
So if you're trying to land in Canada, just look for the letter Y. And you'll know it's land.
Yeah.
Or just land anywhere. It's pretty wide open. There's a lot of expanses.
I'm just looking. There's more Canadian airport code facts, but
who needs it? Who needs it, Canada?
Nothing Neil pertinent.
Who needs it?
Who needs it?
That was good.
Yeah.
Neil pertinent.
Neil pertinent.
Neil
God
pertinent.
damn it.
Puns. Fun stuff. Here's something that I thought was interesting. Josh, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Fuck. Man, I haven't thought about that in a long time. Gotta go with stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus. Okay.
Boom. Very relevant.
Very relevant. That's awesome. Okay. The spikes on this is what I'm getting at here. The spikes on the end of the stegosaurus's tail are called thagomizer, after a Far Side cartoon by Gary Larson.
Fucking love Far Side.
Yeah. The term thagomizer was coined by Gary Larson in humor in a 1982 Far Side comic strip in which a group of cavemen in a faux modern lecture hall are taught by their caveman professor that the spikes on a stegosaurus's tail are named after the late Thag Simmons. The term was
I remember that one.
it's like, and this is called Thagomizer in honor of Thag Simmons. The term was picked up initially by Ken Carpenter, a paleontologist at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, who used the term when describing a fossil at the Society of Vertebrate Paleontology annual meeting in 1993. Thagomizer has since been adopted as an informal anatomical term and is used by the Smithsonian Institution.
Congratulations, Gary Larson. You've done it.
You made history.
The Thagomizer.
And the stegosaurus also had a brain roughly the size of a walnut. They had an unusually small brain as far as dinosaurs went, about the size of what a dog's brain is today.
I thought, didn't all dinosaurs have like small brains?
A lot of them did, but the stegosaurus, more so than others, had said like it's considered to be unusually small for its size.
Of course, I picked the fucking stupid dinosaur.
But it's got that sweet Thagomizer on its tail.
You kind of put me on the spot there. Like, audiences, I really don't have a favorite dinosaur. And if I did,
all the Dilophosaurus are like, God damn it.
Yeah. Well, all right, let me think about that. Let's think about the best dinosaurs, judging by what we know from the movie Jurassic Park.
Yes.
The spitting ones, which were what?
Dilophosaurus, right?
Oh, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They killed Newman.
I like, you know which ones I like? I like the cute ones that run up to that little baby in the second one.
Oh, the compies?
Yeah.
Is that them?
Then they eat it, right? They eat the baby?
I don't
Am I
remember.
Yeah, they eat the little girl on the beach.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I only saw Lost World once, and then I was like, this is,
It's like Compsognathus, but they call them compies for short.
You guys are fast, man, on your...
I just remembered it was compy, and I was like, what the fuck does this stand? I remember it was something hard to pronounce.
Stegosaurus, according to Wikipedia, means roof lizard or covered lizard.
Hey, roof lizard.
Reference to its bony plates.
And it's the state dinosaur of Colorado. Back in 1982, roughly around the same time that Gary Larson coined the term Thagomizer, the governor of Colorado signed a bill making Stegosaurus the official state dinosaur after a 2-year-long write-in campaign from thousands of fourth-grade students. And it's another interesting fact, they've discovered a huge number of dinosaurs in Colorado. Is a big spot for paleontological digs. They discovered the Allosaurus, the Apatosaurus, and the Ornithomimus, some sort of bird thing, and mimus at the end.
Would you go if Jurassic Park was real? Would you go?
Hell no.
Knowing there's, but like, cause I think that would there's like a 60% chance they'll escape. You like if you go, it's like
I would go
60%
Hell
chance.
no.
I would go because dinosaurs fascinate me.
They fascinate me, but I'll watch a fucking documentary. I'm not dying on that.
I know how to stand still.
I'm not dying on Isla Nublar.
What's
The visual acuity. That's where Jurassic Park.
Island
yeah.
is? Okay.
Their visual acuity is based on movement.
Yeah, I guess if there were, you said 60% chance
60% chance
that they will escape.
There's 40% that they won't though.
4 times out of 10, you'll be fine.
How
6 times out of 10,
how many days has it
you're
been open?
super dead.
It's been open for 6 months.
6 months.
And it still hasn't.
Who?
It hasn't gone bad yet.
No way then.
There's
That's a
60%
Dude,
chance though.
But it's that thing where you bring a Coke can, you get a ticket for $1. You get it. You buy a ticket for today, get a fast pass for the rest of the season.
I think I'd go 60%. That's a coin flip. That's still like.
Can I have my own motorcycle on me on the island at all times?
You get you can bring a weapon of your choosing.
You can bring an 8x10 glossy
hold
photo
on.
of Jeff Goldblum.
A weapon of my choosing, and
it can be any kind. You
like
can't,
a laser gun.
Yes, if that's what makes you happy.
You
to
would
make
still
this.
get fucking eaten, even if you had a laser gun.
Neutrons, hurry up! Charge neutrons!
While you're blasting the raptor, while you're blasting a raptor in front of you, 2 more coming from the side. They've probably already stolen the other laser guns and learned how to use them.
Dude, I'd go to like the alien planet. You know what I mean? Like the ones from the movie Alien. Oh my god, dude!
From 2?
I would.
You'd go to that shithole?
I would, dude. That's like my favorite world in movie history. Like, is that whole like alien? Oh my god! I even loved Prometheus. I
enjoyed it. It was fun.
Loved Prometheus. Actually, I ran into there was like 5 comics watching. It was like Hampton Yount, Eli Olsberg, and I remember you guys remember Justin Schlegel.
Okay,
so we all went opening night. I didn't go with them, but we all ran into each other there, and like only me and Schlegel were the only people that liked it. Like everybody else was like hated it. I was like, dude, that fucking world, man. I just love it, dude. I love that.
The what's the name? The Wayland Corporation.
Wayland-Yutani.
Oh,
Wayland Yutani Corporation.
Love them, dude.
Yeah.
I love how sneaky they are.
I do love Aliens. I love Alien, but Aliens for me kind of takes it because it's just more fun.
It's the shit, dude.
Yeah.
Aliens
Just
is the best sequel of all time.
Yeah, eminently quotable. So I saw that on the ArcLight in the Cinerama Dome recently, like a year and a half ago, and it was just like perfect.
My favorite character isn't the probably the most popular, which would probably be Bill
Paul
Paxton. No, it's Apone, Captain Apone, the black dude.
He's awesome.
He's chewing on a cigar.
Yeah, the whole time, like, this guy's a
Be my
badass.
guest. Like, Bay 12, please. Like, that's... He's my favorite character. Me and my roommate are obsessed with him, and we send each other... Actually, I probably got my phone right now. I probably got like 20 pictures of Apone sent to one another. Fun fact about Josh, he's obsessed with black sergeants and Apone.
Oral fixations.
But oral fixation with black guys with cigars in their mouth.
So you probably you were a big fan of Apollo Creed and Predator then, huh?
Love them.
Yo, they are making a sequel spin-off of sorts called Creed about
Rocky
Apollo
6.
Creed's grandson.
Yeah, and Rocky's going to be
played by
Mickey.
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, and Rocky Stallone is going to play
the trainer.
He's going to play the trainer.
So, really?
Yeah.
He milked that motherfucker till it's dead. Milk it!
I love Michael B. Jordan, but that bummed me out. I'm like, this is such a waste of time for him.
He's Johnny Storm, though.
Dude, I respect... Here's the deal, man. I respect Stallone. I think, you know... This is it, man. You know what I mean? You can't. People probably want to shit on him for doing this, but who cares? Because you know what? You got one world. You got one life.
Yeah.
Do whatever the fuck you want. Because there are people out there that are enjoying it. Probably there are people that need to see more Rocky.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember seeing Rocky 4.
And it's his baby. Like,
it's exactly
from when he was a kid. You know, he created it when he was like what, 30 years old.
Fun fact about the Rocky franchise, not looking at anything, coming off the dome, y'all. Coming off the dome. Fun fact is that they offered him $1 million for the script, and he said nah. And he goes, I want to star in it. And I think they gave him like $6.
Yeah, it was very. By
the way, that fact might or might not be true.
He had a dog. But it's very like I think they ended up only giving him like $100,000 for it or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. Not $6.
He was so poor, he had to sell his dog to survive, to like buy food or whatever. Then he ended up selling the script and making Rocky, and he ended up going out and buying back his same dog. From
Nice.
And a ferret.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone just has a ferret room. This is perfect.
But yeah, I mean, shit on him all you want, but in the end, it's like if you created something when you were a kid and you were got so many accolades for it and everything, and then now you're 70 years old and you don't need any more money, but you still want to create and make fun things in that same world. Milk it, go make 10 more.
I feel like though, I respect for what he's done. I just feel like it's almost like shoehorning himself in there at this point. Like, tell a story about another young boxer. Yeah. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, they are
in the Rocky-verse.
Well, they're telling a story about Apollo Creed's grandson.
Yeah, but he's like, it's me, Rocky. I'm going to train you.
Yeah.
But this is a fun fact that I just confirmed because I remembered this burned into my brain from when I was a kid growing up in the Boston area. At the local cinema, they always had the same 8 cinema fun facts that ran before every movie.
Bruce Willis. Oh, no.
No, it's about Stallone. What the fuck? Stallone, before he broke big as an actor, he used to make money cleaning out lion cages at the Central Park Zoo. Yeah.
Even more badass than he was before.
Apparently the lion pissed on him.
Oh, there we go.
I like Stallone, man.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
I like him,
He's
There are people that are obsessed with the Expendables.
I mean, they're fun movies. I'm not gonna lie.
There's people they're like, Expendables 2 is my favorite movie of all time.
When are we gonna get Frazier in there? Expendables 3. Yeah. What about Niles?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I can't wait. Expendables 4. Jerry Seinfeld. Just like, oh man,
I mean, they're
just gonna keep going until they run out of room on the poster.
Who was the? I was trying to think of the guy who was the teacher in Head of the Class. Remember him? He was also in WKRP in Cincinnati. I was trying to say his name to reference him, not Harry Hamlin. But I wanted to say that. I wanted to say that name, but I can't. My reference bank. I ate a cheeseburger earlier, so I'm all kinds of fucked up right now, man. Like I am.
Harry Hamlin. There's a name I haven't heard in years.
Interesting fact. Does that do that to y'all guys?
Charlie Moore?
Is that his name? The guy with the mustache, and he's like he played like the radio DJ.
No, that was the character's name. Howard Hessman.
Howard Hessman. What did I say? Harry Hamlin.
Yeah, he had the double H. You were there.
I was there, but Harry Hamlin is the guy that was in. He was in Clash of the Titans.
He was in L.A. Law.
Yeah.
He was in Clash of the Titans. He was.
That's him. That's him. Howard Hessman. That's who I wanted.
Hold on. Was he the star of Clash of the Titans?
Yes, he was. That's
He
back.
was
yeah.
Oh wow.
He was. Do you remember
young,
that?
dude.
Remember that? Like that's when that was the shit. I remember my parents used to rent that for me.
There
I
was a
thought that was
little-
like boss, special effects back then.
Yeah, there was that little gold owl.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there was.
Harry Hamlin. He's he's Jim Cutler on Mad Men?
Yeah, dude.
Holy cow.
I don't watch Mad Men though, but
I do, and now I'm just realizing who he
Jim
is.
Cutler's the madman.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the angry one.
Yeah. Now I'm just realizing that
That's all the show is. It's just like, Gah!
Actually, I feel better now.
That's how the show ends. That's the finale.
Yeah.
It's just and breathe deeply.
they're all happy.
Oh my goodness.
I feel much better now.
Do you guys ever do that? Does that ever happen to you though? Like where you
Mad?
Yeah.
When I'm
mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
Where you're watching either like a current show or something like that, or you see a new movie and there's like an old actor in there, and you're like, oh, that's whatever. And then all of a sudden, like later on, you realize he was a younger, like he was the star of like a older movie that you couldn't, you haven't seen him in so long, and that he's aged so different.
Going back to the Mad Max movies, do you want to know a little fact about it? Have you guys both seen Mad Max, the original?
Of course.
Not Road Warrior, the
Mad
one
Max.
before that.
People forget about Mad Max and how it wasn't a post-apocalyptic movie, and it was just in the future with
just
weird cars and like in the
it's just
countryside.
this guy having a terrible day.
Terrible day, and the police officer in Australia.
Do you remember the bad guy in that one? The guy who's kind of like, remember he like eats the ice cream cone of his wife?
Yeah.
That he's like the bad guy in the first one. He's the bad guy in this one.
Oh.
You wouldn't know it.
That's
cool.
In the new one, but this character is fucked up, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, I'm telling y'all. Dude, I can't wait to see it again. They have another screening of it. I'm
Hold
going.
on. Are we? Because I've seen many screenings.
What do you want to
this.
know? I'm not supposed to tell anything.
That's what I'm saying.
I could
is like,
give a fuck.
That's what.
What are they
that's what I'm
gonna
saying.
do? What are they gonna do?
You are not allowed to see this movie again. How am I banned at every theater?
Nobody listen, dude. Nobody. I didn't sign. Maybe I did sign something, but I don't. I don't care.
I did the same thing with Tom Cruise's Edge of Tomorrow like 2 years ago. I seen it and it was awesome, and I'm like, I could not tell anybody how good it was. Like I just had to tell. How good it was.
You guys ask me anything, I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Can you see Tom Hardy's dick?
And how
Balls,
many shots?
no dick. You see balls, no dick.
Do you see a little neck?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Is there a lot of dust?
Not as much as I'd like. They're going to add that in post.
Are there explosions?
Oh man, it's nonstop awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I'm very excited that you say it's just a giant car chase, because that's what I loved about John Wick. Is it knew what it was, in the sense that it was just a revenge movie, and it was just John Wick seeking revenge and killing people. Like it was essentially just a chase movie, only on foot killing people.
That
And
movie
it was
is
awesome.
90% Keanu shooting dudes in the face.
That's what I heard. I got to see it.
It's pretty fun. It's just like over the top action movie, good time.
And
like,
it knows what it is. It's not trying. It's like, have you seen Dredd, the new Dredd movie?
Oh,
Where it's
so
like,
good.
It's literally just a shoot 'em up in order. Like they're trying to get from the top of the building to the bottom of the building, It's point A to point B and kill someone.
Yeah, Dread.
Yeah.
It's that Asian
Raid.
movie. It's
The Raid.
Yeah, it's
with,
the Raid, but with Dread now.
with Carl Hess. Not Carl Hess. That's the comedian.
Carl Hess. That would be hilarious.
Shout out to Carl Hess.
Yeah. So
his-
Carl, we're gonna kickstart
with his
this.
Errol Flynn mustache
Yeah.
now.
That's so funny. Yeah, he has that. Like I can his little mustache with under the dread helmet.
Oh man, originally Stallone in Dread.
Yeah.
But going back to your point about seeing an actor in something, they were much younger in another role. It's sort of a tangent from that. Mark Hamill in the new Star Wars is the same age as Alec Guinness was in A New Hope.
Oh wow.
So Obi-Wan, yeah.
Did they just released like some teaser for it, didn't they?
They released like the title and a logo.
But no, I saw something where they showed a bunch of shots. Dude, maybe I'm wrong. I did see something today. Maybe it's fan made, but
I think some stuff is like leaked. There've been a lot of leaks from the set. But I'd say that they're definitely going to put out a trailer in the next month or so.
Ooh, man.
Because right around the holidays, it'd be foolish not to.
Foolish not to, even though it comes out next Christmas.
Yeah, but no, the excitement's at a fever pitch. They need to kind of get out in front of it.
I remember when they dropped the trailer for Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Oh man, that shit was.
Misa's so excited.
No, but they didn't give you any of that. It was just like the build up music that like just things blowing
in
up
a galaxy, jar
man.
away.
I went ape shit over that, and then I went to go see it on opening night, and I fell asleep.
I think
I was so bored with it.
I think this is a pretty good allegory for those movies. About 4 years after the fact, I opened up my refrigerator and found a can of Mountain Dew. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Popped it open, drank it, started feeling violently ill. I turned it around and realized that it was a Mountain Dew. It was a Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace Mountain Dew, and this was about 4 or 5 years after the movie had come out.
That's amazing. I'm excited for the new Star Wars.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Let's see here. I got something. Here's a...
Let's talk about barber poles real quick.
Talk about barber poles.
So, how many times have you been getting your hair cut and you're seeing, wow, look at that pole out front. Cool colors. What does it mean? Here's what they mean. The origin of the red and white barber pole is associated with what barbers used to do back in the day, which is bloodletting, which was historically a representation of bandages around a bloody pole. That was the white being wrapped around a bloody red pole. During medieval times, barbers would also perform surgery on customers, tooth extractions, put leeches on them to take out bad blood. So that way, like if they were sick, the popular mode of thought used to be, we'll take out the bad blood. That way it'll get the poison out of your body. In some parts of Asia, a red, white, and blue barber pole is used as a symbol for a brothel, though. Prostitution is illegal in many parts of Asia, and laws against it are often enforced only to the degree that public solicitations for it are sort of policed. But, it's used as a euphemistic way of advertising a brothel because they're less likely to intervene if you have that sort of subtle code. But point is, don't ask your barber for a leeching unless you go to a weird barber. Got off the rails.
Yeah. I have nothing to add about that fact.
You want a fade, baby?
Cool.
You want a fade? What you need? Sideburns cut, baby?
Let's bring
What
graphic
you want?
fades back.
Leeches? Motherfucker, you definitely need leeches.
Yeah, I
Hot
like-
date tonight. Get your leech on.
Leeches
I'm gonna
and
fade you up with a number
cornrows.
2. You want to buy some DVDs? Some bootlegs?
Frost the tips and leech my downstairs. Leech my asshole.
To name my first comedy record.
Yeah, leech my asshole.
Leech my asshole. That's so funny. The strippers leech their assholes.
Keep leeching. Stay leeching.
They leech. While we're talking about some history here, I'm a huge fan of toast, as is most people in the world.
I'm not into toast.
I don't
Can't
like-
get on board.
I can't get on board. with
It's
toast.
like bread that's been warmed and crisped.
No, thank you. The toaster, before the development of the electric toaster, sliced bread was toasted by placing it in a metal frame or on a long-handled toasting fork and holding it near a fire or over a kitchen grill. Simple utensils for toasting bread over open flames appeared in the early 19th century.
God, it must have sucked to live before then.
The first electric bread toaster was invented by a gentleman by the name of Alan McMasters in Edinburgh, Scotland in 1893. So shout out to Alan, and thank you for that, Alan.
Thanks, Alan.
And the first commercially successful electric toaster was introduced by General Electric in 1909, the GE Model D12, much like the DeLorean D12. Right?
Oh, you got it.
I saw a DeLorean the other night driving around Vineland at like 4 a.m.
How fast?
Not fast enough, but I think I freaked it out because I slowed down and I started like putting my hand out like give it the thumbs up, and I think he got scared and he drove off because I was kind of acting a little erratic. So
here's the deal: if you're driving a DeLorean, you better know you're going to get shit from nerds everywhere.
I think I would love to have one. Oh, I would love to have one.
Well, they're very attainable now because there's so many companies that sell refurbished ones for like $20,000 or less than around there.
Really?
Yeah. No, I mean maybe 20 to 40, but you can get them old. I mean for fairly cheap. And then there are companies that do have refurbished parts and stuff like that.
But you also have to buy 300 VCRs along with it. They don't tell you that till you sign. Fuck.
That's so funny. What if that was the thing? Like you could buy this really cool thing, but you also had to find a storage unit. Like you had to buy X amount of beta tapes.
We have 300,000 copies of Eddie Murphy's Delirious on Betamax
and The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
You need to take them off our hands.
I actually used to work for a Hollywood Video in Baltimore, and I stole so much, but it was right before DVDs. So I have the best collection of VHS movies ever. And
so you need this DeLorean.
Oh, dude, my mom still has like boxes full of like videotapes that I had taken. Well, she didn't know that I took them. She just thought they gave them to me. But I mean, I have I have everything. Everything that came out in 1998. That was the year I worked there. All the hit movies. I got everything. I got like 3 copies of Godzilla.
Oh,
you know
Lord.
What I mean? Yeah, it was just to give you an idea of the year.
That fucking Puff Daddy song.
Yeah, I've got so many movies.
Hollywood Video was a let's see here. It opened in 1993. Hollywood Video, which operated 16 tours, became a public company. Where's just the history here? Hollywood Video is a video rental store.
There were a lot of good movies that
year. It
year.
opened in 1988.
Like what?
Saving Private Ryan, Big Lebowski, There's Something About Mary, The Truman Show, Armageddon, Shakespeare in Love, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, A Bug's Life, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, The Prince of Egypt, Deep Impact, Blade, Enemy of the State, Rushmore, You've Got Mail, Rush Hour, Mulan.
Those are a good year. But I think I was because here was I in college? That was the
Babe Pig in the City came out that year.
Babe Pig in the City did come out that year. I remember that.
Hold on, listen to this. Listen. So Hollywood Video used to be it was a company or whatever, but this is just such a funny thing to hear to have a company like that be as big as it is at the time in its heyday. As of late 2011, the HollywoodVideo.com site has been relaunched by Amazon as an online blog.
Oh. Well, you know what? Fuck that company because I used to have to wear a tux there.
Yeah, I remember that.
I had to wear a tux.
My cousin used to work at one literally 3 blocks from my house.
Really?
Yeah.
I had 2 managers that worked there. I want to describe both of them right now. One of them was a former gang member.
Okay.
White dude, but he was. You'd see this guy, and you could those pictures of this is this person before meth, and this is them 5 months later. He looked like the 5 months later picture. Missing teeth. And he was the one that told me to steal. He was like, Josh, we're all stealing. Just take whatever you want.
That's good management, right?
He
there.
would he'd be like, yo, don't ring in. He's like, I'm hungry for lunch. I want to go grab McDonald's, so don't ring in a few movies. Just free comp them, but give them the change of what they give you, and then we'll take that money out the register and get some McNuggets. We'll get a 40 piece. So there was him. And then we had the other manager that I always worked with on Sunday nights. I forget his name, but he was this guy from Alabama who had this. He was orange. This is he had the strongest leathery George George, what's the guy's name? George. His son does stand-up comedy. The act George Hamilton Tan.
Yeah, George Hamilton Tan.
And anytime he worked, because I used to always, when I worked, I used to put on Babe, Ghostbusters, and Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Because I knew if they ran, I was like, all right, if Back to the Future plays 3 times, then my shift's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I always knew it, so I could hear it. Same thing with Ghostbusters. But he wouldn't let me watch those. We'd have to watch Shania Twain live in concert.
Oh, Lord.
So it was just over and over, that don't impress me much.
I feel like a woman.
So you're Brad Pitt. That don't impress me much. Just over and over. All shift.
God.
Yeah, but he didn't let me steal, but I still did. I didn't steal from a lot of jobs, but when I was younger, I stole from a lot of jobs. I think everybody kind of did. When
I feel like that's a good penance, though. Listening to Shania Twain live in concert.
I've paid for that.
Yeah.
I've paid for that in life. Trust me. It's other Shania. I actually kind of enjoy Shania Twain. I'm not gonna lie. I wish she was still around. I don't know why she stopped fucking with music, but she got cheated on, and then that was it. She was just like
she couldn't Taylor Swift her way back.
She's like, that impresses me.
This did not impress me.
She finally became impressed.
That
she was
depresses me much.
So you fucked my friend.
Yeah.
That depresses me much. Oh, Shania.
Oh, you produced Def Leppard's greatest album? That done. But
right.
Goddamn. You mentioned those like meth photos or whatever. There was a thing on the internet I seen the other day, and I'll show you guys this. But for the listeners at home, if you want to see like a funny photo, look it up. But it's like a transgression of like years of like before, now, and then after meth, those types of things. And it starts off with the dude from Game of Thrones, Jaime Lannister, and then it goes to Dennis Leary, and then it goes to Willem Dafoe, and it's so it's so funny.
It does look like
100%, dude.
Like,
the ravaging effects of time.
If you take the Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones and put him next to Willem Dafoe,
Nikolai Costa-Waldau too.
How do you say that guy's name?
Nikolai Costa-Waldau.
Wow.
Waldo, something like that.
Wow, I never knew how to say his name.
Yeah.
There's a J in there somewhere,
exactly.
right?
You say it first.
Nichols?
Little Nicky.
Alrighty. Well, we're approaching our time, Josh. We want to thank you for joining the show.
Thank you very much.
This was fun, man. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad I didn't fall asleep. Not from this,
are as
but
well.
from the burger
Yes.
that I ate prior.
This is the part of the episode where you tell all about yourself.
Yeah, what do you got coming up? Where can people find you on the World Wide Web?
My Twitter's at Josh Adam Meyers. It's spelled Meyers, for the listeners out there that didn't know. And we've got a YouTube channel for the Goddamn Comedy Jam. It's a great show. There's a lot of big things coming up with it. We're trying to get the videos out from the performances as fast as we can, but we just we're really trying to make them as good as possible. It's such a great. It's like my favorite thing in the world, man. Like I got to combine my two favorite things, and it's just. Every comic's been killing it, and it's just becoming this. It's not even a show; it's more of like an event.
Yeah,
and that's the way I want to keep it. Like I don't want to, like if the lineup's not right for a month, or if I don't feel like it's going to be up to par, I'm not going to do the show. Like it's got to be this fucking like. Just got to be cool. Not cool. I sound like such an old guy. I want to make sure it's cool. It's just got to be. It's just got to be
cool.
Every month has been just every time we do the show, it's the best night of my life.
Is there like a set schedule for the show?
We try to do it we make sure we try to do it on Mondays, just because Mondays seem to be that's when everybody's in town. Not saying there's not. A lot going on, but it's just like because I started doing it with Burr, and Burr did the first couple, and now Burr's gotten really busy he's got 2 shows he's working on, but now he's going to be wrapping his pilot, so he'll be back on again, and it's just the greatest thing. Like if I could do this for the rest of my life, like I'll be the happiest man.
That's awesome. And what's the YouTube channel? Where can
I think it's just the goddamn Comedy Jam.
If people just search that, they'll be able to find it.
If you Google the goddamn Comedy Jam, go to that, and then there's a YouTube channel. We've got a bunch of Burr's performances. We've got their interviews describing why they chose this song, and then we've got the performances. Some of them are great. Andrew Santino's we got Andrew Santino up there doing Night Moves by Bob Seger. And it's just the greatest thing ever.
That's awesome.
But it's just weird, man. It's just like this. I came up with this idea a long time ago. I had no idea if it was going to work, and not only has it worked, but it's just so much fun.
Fantastic.
It's more fun than I've had doing anything. I'd rather be doing that than watching Babe, which is tough.
That means a lot.
Like,
it's a fun show. I'll be honest. I've been to, I think, everyone except 2 or everyone except 1.
Nice.
And it's been really, really fun.
Crowds love it, dude. And now they're getting really into it where they're dancing. It's weird watching them. It's weird watching them dance to Ali Wong singing I Can't Go For That by Hall & Oates. It's really fucking cool. So check it out. The next one, if you're in LA, the next one's on December 9th. It's going to be on a Tuesday this month. I can give you some of the lineup right now. We've got
that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We're waiting on one more, but we've got Roy Wood Jr., Rory Scovel, and Todd Glass right now.
It's a hell of a lineup already.
But we're going to be adding another big motherfucking name. I don't have no idea. Watch it. Be like, and coming up, Elaine Boozler, y'all. Which I would do 100%. If Rita Rudner, Elaine Boozler, or Paula Poundstone wants to sing a song, I 100% would love to have you.
Special performance by Harry Hamlin.
No, but it's going to be great. It's going to be great. The songs they already chose are terrific, so I'm really excited about it. I think to see Todd Glass, like, he's just it's going to be great.
You know who you should? I don't know. I mean, it'd be hard to get it, but if you could get, because I know,
say it,
John Mayer would be, because here's the thing, for a good 2 years he dabbled in the stand-up circuit.
Guess what, baby?
You know
it's going to happen.
If you could get John Mayer,
dude,
that'd be so. Or like, I mean, just that'd be. I could get you Andrew WK next time he's in town, but he doesn't do stand up.
We're gonna get Dave Grohl.
Yeah,
100%. We're gonna get Dave Grohl.
I mean,
we're gonna get Slash.
Yeah,
like this is what Burr called me the day after the second show, and was just like, dude, he was like, this is the funnest thing I've ever done in my life. Thank you so much. He talks about it on his podcast all the time, which is great. But he was like, dude, we're going to get John Mayer. Yeah. He's like, I'm going to get fucking this guy. He's like, we're getting Slash.
Yeah.
We're getting Slash. And we're gonna. I mean, I don't know if he's going to do stand-up, but if Slash sits in and plays.
Hell, if he just talks for like 10 minutes as well.
I could probably get you Susanna Hoffs from the Bengals.
Oh, is she still?
Oh, yeah. She was on our show like
she's
8
great.
months ago.
She's awesome.
Is she still,
she's still
performing, yeah.
She's still performing and playing and everything, yeah.
I definitely want Engelbert Humperdinck. I just like that name. I want him. But yeah, it's just, if we get him, we get him. Either way, it's like to carve, and this is the thing, that to carve a path in this funky town, you know what I mean, and to find something that you're like excited about. Yeah, this is just, regardless if it never, like, we're making moves to take it bigger than just a live show. Yeah. But if this is what if I can, just pay my bills and start a family doing this show and taking this on the road, I'll be the happiest guy in the world.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It really is. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
So, really I love that you keep coming, man. And
that's
it's
good.
just
Absolutely.
so please
tell
all the listeners come,
everybody come
on my face.
Yeah, and
at the show, at the show.
I'll tell you what, that RoboCop song was a very funny song too. Like, you guys wrote that one. You guys occasionally will do originals up at.
No, well, usually what we do is, because I have a band. The band that I play with is called LMNOP, but when we're together, we're Faceballs. I've been playing with these guys for 6 years. 6 years I've been playing with them, and we took a break for a long time. We used to have a show at the Unknown Theater where they were like the house band, and they'd bring people on and off, and then we'd start doing originals, and then we moved it to this shit when the Unknown shut down. We moved it here, actually, to Meltdown Theater, only on Sundays. We did like a month-long run. It never took off. The show, it just didn't do well here. And then we stopped doing it, and then I found a place out in Studio City called Marika's, which was run by this crazy bitch lady, and the show didn't work, but Adam Devine went up. He did his set, and then he just started singing the song with the band, and the crowd went crazy over it. This is right at the beginning, right when he started Workaholics. Still wasn't huge, but just the crowd loved it, and that was when I came up with the idea. Skip ahead to 4 years later, where it wasn't until I got in touch with Burr and Burr decided to do the first show. That was when I was like, all right, we've got a big headliner. I got, the guy that really wants to take this seriously. It's going to be fun. Now let's do it. And then we found the lyric, and then it's just been off to the races. So we do originals. The whole plan is that every month we do a new original. We have I Want to Fuck RoboCop. We have 2 Jugs of Piss, and we have the main song that we get requested the most is AutoZone Fuck Slut, which is about the Mexican women that work at the AutoZone on Highland and how they want to fuck. And actually, at my birthday party, I have these like 2 groupies that made me an AutoZone Fuck Slut T-shirt with like, man, and on the back, it's great. And we're writing new originals. We've got a new one coming out this next month, December 9th. And they're great. It's the best thing ever, dude. Like I just want to do this forever. That's it. Awesome. And so please help me do that.
Yeah.
People.
December 9th. December 9th in Los Angeles at the Lyric.
The goddamn Comedy Jam. Look it up. And guys, if you want to find us on the internet, well, guess what? You can. You're in luck. You probably already went on the internet to find us in the first place. You want to find us on Twitter, the show is at TWL Podcast. If you want to talk to us individually, I am at OsteoFerocious.
And I am at My Name is Razzle 2.
The number 2.
The number 2.
Yeah, not Dumb and Dumber 2. Not Dumb and Dumberto, as I cannot help but reading it.
Yeah.
And you can also email us. If you have a fact or suggestion, you can email us at todaywelearnedpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook, Today We Learned with Razzle and Dan.
Yeah. And once again, give us a good review on iTunes. Tell your friends to listen to us. And we want to thank everybody for continuing to stick around. All of our we keep hearing from all of our fans that have been around from the and the listeners from the beginning, and we appreciate it. We appreciate constantly hearing from you and seeing you guys tweet us. We've been having a lot more people tweet and retweet and post things about it, and we appreciate you on the Twitter sphere. And keep it up. And thanks. And as we want to give Aristotle, our producer, a big shout out again. Thanks again.
Yeah.
You can follow him at Aristocos on Twitter. And as always,
that'll do, pig. That'll do.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Josh.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.